If I was doing this with no cameras, I'd use my fingers, but I'm being very sanitary. Hello, Vogue. I'm Gwyneth Paltrow, and today I'm going to be making one of my favorite boyfriend breakfasts, the frittata. So our ingredients today, you're going to need an onion, some turkey bacon, spinach, an old-fashioned potato, some flaky salt for seasoning, pepper, and ghee. And of course, you'll need some eggs. First, I like to fill my water because it takes a minute to boil. Slow faucets. I call these boyfriend breakfasts because when my husband and I were dating, we started this tradition of me cooking him breakfast every Saturday morning. And I would come up with all of these really creative breakfasts. And it was like something I put time into every week planning. And I call them boyfriend breakfast. And then it sort of took off. I really love to cook. It's very grounding for me. And it's kind of like an antidote to stress. I noticed that when I would tell people that I really love to cook for Brad, some of my friends were like, wow, that's so old-fashioned. And they were kind of teasing me about it. So I kind of started pondering this question of, can you be a feminist and still like to do domestic things and kind of care for the people you love in that way? It facilitated kind of an interesting discussion around what it means to be a feminist. And I think that if you have a consciousness of you're doing something because you're taking care of somebody because you love it, you know, it feeds me to take care of people and cook as much as I hope it takes care of them. So I actually think it's a strong feminist statement to cook for the people that you love if you want to. Oh, look, it's already boiling. Now it's time for me to caramelize my onions. I'm gonna take my pretty little fryer. I'm using ghee because my boyfriend's paleo, but you can use butter, you can use olive oil. Ghee is a clarified butter. Ghee is a way to still have some richness of butter, but it's a little bit easier on the system. So I'm gonna add my onions to the pan. Caramelizing onions is quite a process. And they really have to sweat for a long time to kind of release all the sugars and get them nice and caramelized. So the best tip for caramelizing an onion is patience. This is gonna take about 35 minutes, and while it cooks, I'm gonna do the rest of my prep. So I'm just gonna set this timer. While my onions are cooking, I'm going to make my turkey bacon. Nope. Okay. Turkey bacon's great. It's a little bit leaner and healthier than regular bacon. The downside is that it does not contain a lot of fat. So I'm just gonna coat the pan with a little olive oil. And for this recipe, probably do a good, well, I'll fill the pan up. So my bacon's looking pretty great. We've got that nice mix of crispy and chewy. So I'm gonna take it off and put it on paper towels to take some of that oil out. You guys ready for a potato? This is actually, I always do have like a compost bowl in the kitchen. You can collect all your scraps and then turn them into compost. All right, I did the best I could with this terrible peeler. So now I'm going to cube my potatoes. A normal day typically looks like this. Weekdays, I wake up about 6:30 and my husband and I meditate. We do that together. It's something that we started doing in COVID actually, and it's been life-changing, I have to say. Then we do kind of coffee time, emails, then the boys get up, I go and exercise, so I'll do Tracy Anderson a bunch of times a week. Now my son and my stepson, they both drive themselves to school, so I'm off the hook there. If I don't have to rush to the office that day, I will do infrared sauna for 30 minutes. My husband is a big cold plunger, so he's trying to get me indoctrinated, but I'm having a hard time. It's very, very cold. My balls really shrink when I get in that thing. Just kidding. I go to work, it's emails and meetings. On the weekends, I'm just a slovenly mess. Does that seem like a lot to do? I don't know. I'm gonna put my potatoes in the boiling water. I'm gonna salt it a little bit first. And then I'm just gonna put them in, but being careful because if you drop them from too high, you can burn your hands on boiling water, which I just did. You see what I just said not to do? I'll let that boil for 5 minutes or so, just until your knife goes easily into a potato. Now would be a great time to set your oven to 375 degrees. That's the perfect frittata cooking temperature. My favorite things to kind of prep and have on hand so that I can make a delicious chopped salad at the last minute or an appetizer. I like to roast bell peppers right on an open flame, kind of slowly until the skin gets really black, and then put them in a paper bag to sweat. And then you take the skins off and put it in a pan. You can drizzle a little olive oil, a little bit of garlic, and just keep them in the fridge. And I also like to have slow roasted tomatoes always in the fridge. Those are amazing, again, for side dishes, to add to sauces, to put in a beautiful salad. Okay, voila, these onions are caramelized. So I'm going to drain my potatoes, just simply take them off. Got my colander here. Facial. Okay, and I'm gonna let those dry for a minute. I'm going to start heating this pan here, which is the pan that will pop in the oven. Okay, so now I'm gonna add my potatoes to the pan and just mix to combine all the flavors here. And now I'm gonna add my bacon to the pan, but I'm going to chop it first. And you can just do a nice rough chop. I don't think the pieces should be very big so that you can have bacon in every bite. Add this to the pan. I'm gonna transfer the ingredients of this pan into my bigger pan here to give myself some more room. And I love this pan because it's also beautiful for serving. My egg cracking bowl. Look at these beautiful eggs from the farmer's market. I mean, I'll start with 8 eggs, but I think we're gonna need more. I think it's gonna be the whole 12. Now I'm gonna quickly wilt my spinach. Okay, so while this is wilting, I'm gonna whisk my eggs a little bit. Not too much, because I don't want it to get tough. Okay. The other thing about this too is really you could put anything in here. Now I'm going to add my eggs. I hope it's enough. It's a big ass pan. Now I'm gonna pop this in the oven. You really have to check a frittata because sometimes different ovens are finicky, but usually about 12 minutes is okay. All right, and then the kitchen is gonna clean itself. So now while my frittata is cooking, I am going to show you my secret wellness ritual that takes about 2 seconds and is so good for your skin and for your morning mood. This is our Goop Glow Skin Super Powder. It's full of vitamin C and CoQ10, tons of antioxidants that really help you have beautiful skin. And because I'm not drinking very much alcohol right now, I like to trick my brain and think that I am. So I'm gonna put this in a shaker, and then I'm gonna add some water. Shake it up. So my brain thinks I'm having a morning martini. See, isn't that a cute morning mocktail? It's like a mimosa, just slightly less debaucherous. She's ready. Frittata is beautiful and ready. Thank you for joining me today and making one of my favorite breakfasts, the frittata.